So I told the guy, no, the other weekend. The one where the freezer died and we ate everything in it like a family of raccoons before it went bad. That's the weekend. That's the one I'm talking about. Oh, we're rolling. Hi.
Somewhere there's a list of names the Supreme Court will protect and a list it won't. And tonight, the same ruling put one woman on the safe one and shoved 100 people onto the other. The trick is how nobody saw the second list get written. Then, physicists took the smallest thing in the universe, the thing you were told could not be cut, and did something to it this week that nobody asked for.
They cut it. And the World Cup team boarded the plane home in a middle seat. No legroom. Economy. I have thoughts about that flight.
I'm Sloan. That's Kiki. Aubrey Jo's down in the garage with her thoughts. Monday the 29th. This is Broadcast 404 Live. Roll it. The following program contains strong language, adult themes, satire, and one word: independent. That a courtroom used about a federal job this week while quietly turning it into a thing that depends entirely on whether 9 people feel like protecting you that particular morning. Viewer discretion is, frankly, recommended. Okay, here's what actually happened, plain. The Supreme Court today ruled that President Trump cannot fire Lisa Cook. She's a governor at the Federal Reserve, the people who set interest rates. So her job is safe. That's the win. And in the same ruling, they handed him a lot more power to fire the heads of every other independent agency: the Trade Protection Board, the Labor Board, the watchdogs. One woman keeps her seat. The wall around everybody else just came down. And that's the part nobody's saying out loud. Independent was supposed to mean the law protects you. Now it means the court protects you. Case by case, person by person, on a list only they can read.
But that's a good thing for her, Sloan. Somebody finally couldn't get rid of the one woman who scares him. You hold on to the person who's hard to push out. You bury them in the yard like everybody else. You just dig slower.
She's protected because the Fed moves money and money panics, Kiki. They didn't protect a principle. They protected a market. The labor board guy who protects people who can't afford to panic, he's just gone. So independence isn't a wall anymore. It's a list. One name on it tonight. Remember that. One name. Aubrey Jo's down in the garage with the one job in this building you can't fire her out of, mostly because nobody's been able to get the door open. One seat survives the day, and every other watchdog can now be cut on a whim. Aubrey Jo's down in the garage, the one workplace where they have to beat you in a fight before they can let you go.
She earned that seat, sweetie. Nobody's pushing her out of it.
Nobody's pushing me out of anything, Kiki. I've got a lug wrench and a grudge. Go! Okay, internet's losing its mind. Don't quote me on the details, but Canada scored in the 92nd minute against South Africa. First knockout win in their history. Their whole country was already writing the obituary, and a guy buries it in stoppage time. That's the cruelest, best way to win a goddamn soccer game. And the internet swears Uruguay got bounced and the Federation canceled the team's charter flight home. Made the players fly commercial. Group 9, middle seat, no legroom. These guys lost a World Cup match and got demoted to economy. The plane fired them before the coach could. Okay. Last night, the gravel overflow lot behind the Pell Township Grange Hall, the inaugural loaded hand truck balance hold. Stack 40 bricks on a dolly, tip it back, hold it level on 2 wheels, longest without dropping a single one. Margaret entered. Derek registered as Equilibrium Stewardship, a Montana charitable wheel trust. Derek bribed the Grange Hall's automatic sprinkler tech to soak Margaret's patch of gravel at the worst second, so her wheels would slide out. Perfect plan. Except he gave the tech the wrong coordinates, soaked his own lane, and Derek went down in the mud holding 40 bricks like a man hugging a chimney off a roof. Margaret held hers level for 31 minutes, won her 26 straight, and asked if the wet gentleman needed a towel. Subscribe, like the video. My completely legal garage book took a bath on the Uruguay flight prop, and I owe a guy named Tony by Thursday, so your buttons are load-bearing right now. Do it.
He paid a man to flood the gravel. The man flooded Derek.
She offered him a towel, Sloan. 26 wins, and she still thinks Derek's some poor soul the weather keeps picking on.
Kiki, she held 40 bricks level for 31 minutes on 2 wheels in a mud pit, and her one thought was a towel for the man who tried to drown her. That's not nice. That's a hostage thanking the kidnapper. I gotta know if you're born like that or it's a slow build.
Okay, speaking of people who trust their own two hands, a team of physicists just made a brand new state of matter, and they named it the fractional Fermi sea. Real. They froze electrons way down, and the little guys stopped being whole particles. They split into fractions. There are now pieces of electrons swimming around that are smaller than an electron, and nobody asked for it.
They broke the smallest thing there is into smaller things. On purpose.
It sounds like a goddamn prog rock album. Live at the Fractional Fermi Sea. 40-minute drum solo, nobody claps.
The thing is, they can't really see it. They infer it. It's a whole ocean they're sure is there because of what's missing around the edges.
A sea you can't look at, made of pieces of a thing that's already the smallest thing. Bless those weird little men. Blaze, you're already halfway there. Go do the sky.
Hey, one town tonight, Atlanta. Look at the map. 91 degrees and 54-mile-an-hour winds at the same time, which is 2 weather problems that aren't supposed to share a calendar. So all morning, it's a regular hot day. People drag the patio umbrella out. And by afternoon, the wind takes the umbrella, the chairs, and the conversation about the umbrella. 91 and getting pushed around. And Holstead? The flag of the DMV lot hung straight down all day, not lazy. Withholding. Okay, first thing, I told you I'd haul out the floor plan, and there it is, laid flat across the desk. 4 guesses for what fit that felt drawer, and I've narrowed it to exactly 1. A reel-to-reel tape box, standard size, which means there was a recording. And somebody built this desk on top of where it used to live. And here's where it stops being about the drawer. I ran the model number off the original fixture. Twice. It resolves to a manufacturer that hasn't existed since 1987. So while everybody's reading about 455 people charged this week, 90 of them licensed doctors, in a $6.5 billion Medicare fraud, the biggest in history, I keep landing in the same place. The number's always real. The doctors are real. It's the part that goes back through a company that closed before half of us were born that nobody opens. A dead manufacturer's part, in a desk built over a tape that recorded something. Forecast, windy, dry, and 1 drawer that's done hiding. Back to you.
Down to 1 guess, and it's a tape box. You said you'd eliminate 3 over the weekend. You eliminated 3.
I did. Honestly, I knew by noon Friday. The weekend was just me not wanting to say it with nobody in the room.
Well, I'm in the room. You said it. The drawer's a tape box, and now I need a sandwich the size of my grief. Somebody hand off. Candle blowers! Birthdays this week, and I'm dedicating tonight's candles to anybody who kept their job this week by being too scary to fire. You know who you are. June 29th, Michael Porter Jr., Nuggets. Happy birthday, big man. I'll be straight with you. You're the weakest pick on this whole list, and we both know it. You're a tall, healthy, rich, excellent basketball player, and I cannot think of a single other thing about you. That's a compliment. Blow your candle out and go back to being fine. July 1st is a pile-up. Tate McRae, Storm Reed, and Chloe Bailey. All the same goddamn day. Tate's got the song that lives in your skull, rent-free. Storm was in The Last of Us, and Chloe can sing the doors off a building. 3 of them, 1 cake. Somebody's getting the corner piece, and it's gonna get ugly. July 2nd, Sweetie and Vince Staples. Sweetie's the tap-in one. Vince has the Netflix show with his own name on it, which is the dream, having your name be the thing. And July 3rd, Party Next Door worked with Drake and Rihanna and made the radio do whatever he wanted. Oh, literally, and I checked. Travis's birthday's coming up. I keep saying I'll get the year off his badge, and then I don't. He'd have a take on Vince's show, and it'd be wrong, and I'd tell him so. Anyway, that's the cake. Everybody on that list gets to keep their seat. Blow them out.
Mailbag. Inbox is still quiet, so I'm settling the fight Aubrey, Joe, and I have been having since lunch. She says you can't actually learn to be Margaret. I say you can.
You can't, Kiki! 26 wins, runs a hand truck of bricks she can't see backward in a mud pit, and offers the saboteur a towel. That's not a skill, that's a factory setting. You're born trusting your hands or you're not.
Sweetie, nobody's born unbothered by a man trying to drown her. She practiced not flinching. You can practice that. I'd know.
That answer got darker the longer it went, and nobody's going to ask Kiki to clarify.
I'd practice the hands part, not the towel part.
And that's the whole point of writing in. You get to break the tie when we can't. Leave us a line under any of the videos. We go through them all, and one of these Mondays, it's your name we're reading out loud.
I'm repotting the plant tonight. 4 months. It's happening. The pot's already on the counter.
You've announced that plant 3 nights running. The plant doesn't believe you anymore.
The plant doesn't get a vote, Sloan. That's the whole problem with the plant.
My darlings, somebody out there decided this week who keeps their seat and who doesn't, and nobody asked you. So tonight, you decide one thing. Anything. Even a small one. Pick it yourself. Good night.
Tomorrow I'm running the dead manufacturer's name through the county business registry on this desk. It folded in 1987. I want to know who paid the last invoice. Have a night.
I'm going home. The plant's getting repotted, and for once, something in my life ends with a win. No eulogy, no vote, just dirt. See you tomorrow.
One woman keeps her job. And the takeaway everyone agreed on is that it's a good day for courts. It is a good day for one court. Go decide something. Good night.
Okay, pot's on the counter. New dirt. Did the whole thing. Roots came out in one piece. 4 months stuck, and it just let go. Huh. Good for you, buddy.